And welcome back to the program. Jansen Robinson, you may not know that name, but you've likely seen his inspiring artwork. This local Atlanta-based artist was commissioned to create original works of art for the movie Selma. And I'm glad to say he's here joining me in the studio here for Public Affairs on Peach. And this is really an honor to be standing here with you. You have some fantastic artwork here.
Thank you,
that you've displayed and representing Black History Month. And so I can't wait to learn a little bit more about how you got into this. Did you always know you had this sort of talent?
Yeah, actually I did. As a kid, I was always interested in the things that were creative.
Sure.
And I was quiet, so it was easy for me to just observe things and be drawn into it. And then in school, it was all about how can I integrate art into whatever subject I'm working on.
This is your way of expressing yourself too.
Way of expressing myself, and also my way of enjoying things that I really was not that into, like certain subjects just wasn't my forte.
Well, let's start looking at some of this artwork here. I'm going to begin on this side because you've got several things that you've put out in display. Can you give me an idea what this painting is all about, maybe what it's called? Was it in the movie Selma?
Yes, it was in the movie Selma, and I had the honor of working with a great team with Paramount Pictures on the movie, and they had to be period correct with the setting. And so they would come to me with pieces that were done in that era, and this one is a piece that I took and made my own, but it was based off of a Romare Bearden called Mother and Child.
Okay.
So they had a color scheme. They also knew exactly where they wanted it to go. And if you haven't seen the movie, I won't ruin it for you. But this is in a very important scene where Martin Luther King Jr., played by David Oyelowo, is being confronted about some of his past activities that the FBI sent a recording over. And so it's a very intense moment. And you'll see this in the background. How
cool was that for you to watch this movie on the big screen and say, that's my artwork? Did you stand up in the theater? Hey, that's mine.
Yeah, I was elated. I mean, I'm still absorbing what that experience was like, because in a way it happened really fast. I mean, they were shooting in July. A lot of the scenes were filmed here locally in the Atlanta area, and for my part, it was, we need it yesterday. We're shooting tomorrow. Can you get it to us tomorrow?
Wow.
So what they sent to me, I was working on it through the night, and then and then having to wait so long until the movie came out, it was forever for me. But when I finally saw it, it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Congratulations, Jansen. I mean,
Thank
what
you.
a huge thing. Let's take a look at this one right here. This is really neat. Tell me what this artwork is all about, and what you were feeling when you actually put this one together here.
So this is a piece that I worked on, and it was in the process of working on several other pieces for a lounge that's open in Buckhead, and there was another piece there were 3 other pieces, and I have one of those here too.
Okay.
But the Made in America is the name of the piece.
Cool.
And the hands, all of the service that went into building up America, whether it's farmers, whether it's the skilled laborers, all of that is kind of encompassed in this piece here.
It's a beautiful piece. Now, could somebody actually go online and purchase artwork like this from you?
I have an agent, and most of my work is done exclusively, so I get a lot of commissioned work.
I see.
And I exhibit in the Atlanta area as well, and you could definitely go online and reach out, and we can definitely make something happen.
Maybe make a request?
Make a request, exactly.
All right, so one of my favorites right here, let's move over here. This is amazing. I mean, I saw this was one of the first that you pulled out in studio,
right,
when you walked in, and I thought, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, so this is back to the movie Selma,
okay,
and this was one of the last pieces that I worked on for the movie, and they wanted to recreate the Time cover Man of the Year that Martin Luther King made, and they sent pictures of David in different poses that matched the pose that Martin Luther King had on that cover.
Yeah.
And this was another all-nighter project, and it was very tedious.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's amazing. You call it an all-nighter. It'd probably take me, well, I wouldn't even come close. I could spend months and months and wouldn't even come close. So you're very talented.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is really, and this was in the movie, you said.
This was in the movie. So,
Okay.
and there's a scene where he's in his office, and it's laying against the desk as he walks into the room. So here's the story about that.
Okay.
When he saw this on the set, he was very touched by it. He said that in all of his career as an actor, this was the first time they ever painted a portrait of him. So the story is, he told them to make sure that you get this in the scene. So that's how I'm assuming it got in.
I know a lot of people that would pay a good price for that right there, including myself. That is just really cool.
Thank you.
Especially, those that, love his history and Dr. King and being from Atlanta and growing up here and knowing the significance
Absolutely.
of him. And I mean, this is
and that's
really
why
cool stuff.
it's very important to me as well, because
Sure.
I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I happen to go to an elementary school that is right across the street from the King Center.
Cool.
And on field trips, we would walk past it every time. So
quite an honor for you to be able to put something like this together and then it be recognized on the big screen for Selma, in the movie Selma, right?
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Is it like a dream come true to have your work showcased on that kind of a platform?
It is. Actually, I posted something not too long ago about plans. If someone were to ask me where do I want to be 5 years from now, 6 years ago, I think that my answer would have been too small. So it's all about just working on your, abstract, intuitive thoughts on that and moving towards that. And that's kind of how this came out to be. It's
sure.
There's no reverse engineering on this process, and it's just moving towards your passion and what you enjoy. And this is why I'm here.
So it shows you should always think big, believe big, and big will happen, right?
And big will happen. You're right.
I want to check out this painting over here, and I'll stay where I'm at. You can see we're talking about this one right here. This is really interesting. Tell me about it, Jansen.
So back in 2009, I started a concept called Now Painting, where I would do live paintings, and it's an old style en plein air where you have like the Haystacks, Van Gogh, where you're painting what you're seeing live. And cool. I thought to integrate that into an event setting and also to benefit nonprofit fundraising organizations. And this one is my most recent one at a very, very popular lounge here in Buckhead called Establishment. Cool. And it was a private event. And in about 2 hours, I would go from a blank canvas to this. Very exciting.
2 hours. And that beauty turned out.
I love the challenge.
The colors are so vibrant, and it seems very busy and a lot of good energy there with all the people you can see and
it was
coming and going. And so you kind of, I find that interesting with the people too. It's not so defined, you know what I mean? Because people are coming and going in that kind of a setting anyway.
Yep. No one's posing, no one's standing still.
Right.
So it's about the energy. It's all an intuitive process, and it's capturing all of that's happening. It's just a wonderful experience to be able to do that, to slow down, to work on a portrait like the MLK portrait, to be able to go into a live room and paint from start to finish. Just great spectrum.
Absolutely amazing. Jansen Robinson, thanks so much. So tell me your website again and where people can find you.
You can find me online at jansenrobinson.com, and that's JANSSEN.
Okay.
Robinson. That's also my Twitter handle.
Cool.
And there are links that take you to my Facebook page, and I'm also on Instagram, which has Jansen Robinson as the handle. Pretty simple.
Yeah, not hard to find you.
Right.
And your work is fantastic.
Thank you.
Just awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Hey, and when we come back, I'm heading into the kitchen with Chef Muhammad. He says food is art, and he's here to show us his take on some traditional Southern favorites. We have a great show this half hour. Public Affairs on Peach is coming back right after this short break.